Okay, guys, this is going to be an adult beverage type of video, so drink up. Now, even though I have all of the drama going on with the recent Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7 Reunion Part 2 dropping, I'm here making a response video, or an exposing video on a grown man that I genuinely think is missing some very important chromosomes.
Usually I check YouTube first and see what's hot. You know what I mean? What they talking about in the YouTube streets.
Now, there's no need for an in-depth video since, honestly, nobody with an 8th grade intelligence and a 10th grade maturity level, at least, even watches this guy or believes what he says. I'm really only entertaining this because he's obviously obsessed with me and, I'm flattered and all, but it's getting a little, uncomfortable. I'm a little, back up. It's a little weird. The things that he's saying about me at this point are more than just defamation. He's outright lying and making stuff up on my name. So for those of you who like when I, turn the other cheek and don't respond to stuff, I'm doing this video more so as documentation in the event that he continues to talk about me and Postid, which I've already asked him to stop, because he doesn't like me and says that he doesn't want to have any conversations. And also because I'd like to give him a little dose of reality. And sometimes I think people, need the hard truth. I genuinely care about you, my subscribers, and my viewers. Those of you who have not subscribed yet, but you constantly watch videos, just go ahead and, because honestly, it's free. And, it doesn't hurt anybody or anything, and it helps somebody, It's like charity. You can just hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, I mean. Anyway, because I genuinely care about you all, I'm gonna spare you posting a long, drawn-out video of screenshots of all of the illiterate tweets he made about me, because there are a lot. But I will include them for those of you who are interested in, seeing how a walking dare poster acts, looks like, types. So to catch you guys up on all of the bullshit, so as I was finishing up the editing for this video, Twitter just comes through with like the sweet taste of facts, and I just had to put this in there because I think it also goes to prove everything that I said, and I really had to add this before I finished editing because it just chef's kisses. It completes everything that I've said. So one of the conspiracy theories that Slimy is, running with on Twitter is that everybody's giving Check, Louis, and Melanie, and Rocky and other people in Aaron's life a hard time, but we should really be giving Momo a hard time. For some reason, he can't wrap his mind around that Momo and Aaron didn't really know each other that well, that Momo was a later addition to, Aaron's life in the latter part. He kept tweeting and kept posting pictures of Momo with the lean and saying, well, if Aaron was so close to Louis, why didn't he invite Louis to the No Jumper interview? Why did he only invite his fiance, who he calls his wife, even though fiance literally, don't get me started on this fiance wife thing, because today, Momo himself, I'm not sure why, I don't pay attention to his socials, but Momo himself posted a story on his Instagram account that showed the day that Aaron Carter had his last No Jumper interview, which features not only Melanie, not only Lean, but Louis. The same account who has went on days and days worth of rants, blaming Momo, calling him all types of third party. He got Aaron 30 perks that were fake, and he did this and he did that. No knowledge. I mean, this dude didn't even know who Check the Star was. He's blaming this random black dude, and I know I'm not making it racy, but I am, and it could be because the Adam 22 video that I'm working on, but he just picks the one guy who looks like he might be the easiest to get put in jail and just goes, yeah, it's that guy. Yeah, nope, that's the guy, Momo. Now, I don't care if Momo and Aaron only met fucking 3 times ever in the last month of his life. No, Momo is the one who set it all up. Momo did it. So this is Nick.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know what the fuck it is. The Slime Gang, Money Gang, slap. If it ain't about money, then don't fucking talk to me. It's that Bush Click Enterprise shit right here. Y'all know I've been up in blues. I've been up in thousands since what? 2015, 2016. Straight dripping on y'all motherfuckers. Ain't no motherfucking tax money. I haven't worked for 3-4 years, motherfucker.
Nick is a self-proclaimed YouTube case solver. Don't know what that means. Never mind the fact that his name in Slime We Trust, for his brand and or his self, he doesn't really differentiate the two, is literally copying the name of a famous gang that is currently fighting a RICO case. Never mind the fact that his socials and his brand accounts get just about as much engagement as any other non-existent account would. I mean, when I went through his Twitter, his likes were mostly his own tweets, and his retweets were all one retweet who, that one came from himself. And then when I went to his followers, the 147 or so, more than half of them were bot accounts. But I'm not going to dwell on that, right? I'm not, going to make fun of him or bully him for that. Because, I know what it's like to grow. I'm not big. I'm just a little nobody. Now, I am, sympathetic, you guys, to the fact that I completely understand that this is the most engagement he's probably gotten in his entire time on YouTube, but also, probably in life. So I'm gonna try not to bring up the fact that he advertises selling drugs on his highlight reel of his business account. I'm not gonna be that person who compares his illiteracy to his obvious drug use, I'm gonna keep it light and just quickly expose, the lies, delusions, and all of the exploitative, grifting ways of this struggling YouTuber, Nick1239. And guys, beware YouTubers like this, because I promise he's not the only one out here. So one day, last week or maybe the week before, I was minding my own business like I usually do, and I was watching the best ever food review show on YouTube. I get a notification from Twitter, and it was just about her and Melanie making up and, being on good terms with the rest of the family. So he comments and he asks about why they cremated Aaron so quickly, where the crime scene photos, and yada yada, which, looking back on it now, they weren't that valid of questions. But because I'm so open to, talking to everybody, I responded with a direct answer. Straight to the point. Somehow, somewhere in all of the directness of my answers, I got stuck between needing a translator to understand his replies and realizing that he was just replying and arguing with everyone in the Twitter space regarding Aaron and his passing. Anybody he could. So, I'm nosy, and I decided to do just a quick investigation on this guy. Who are we all arguing and talking with, and who is this guy who thinks he knows everything? Honestly, after my investigation, I can't even say that I'm shocked. This is kind of what you expect from the type of information that he was giving or questions he was asking on Twitter. You know the type. So let's start with his content, right? He's so proud of. Mr. 10K Subs started uploading videos of him rapping on YouTube.
In the Heinekens, hopping on tracks, trying to rhyme again, it's nothing. We never frontin'. Don't ever call and ask to hold something, cause I need cash. This ain't poker, you're bluffing, and I see your hand.
But news is posting, stories and information and the positive and the negative, but this guy seems to only make conspiracy videos exploiting Black death and trauma. So, for example, his first obsession started with the unsettling case of Kanika Jenkins. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about that case, I don't want to get into it here, but it is A very sad and confusing case. I will say that. For over 5 years, Nick here has made more than 200 plus videos about this young girl. Even though he's said before in multiple videos that...
And these people, they're so sad that they can't even show their face. That's why half of them that's still going on about it, they don't even show their face. They don't even care about their brand, the direction their brand going in. All they care about is that dollar. And it shows. They don't care about, morals. They don't care about nothing but Kanika Jenkins.
Funny enough, I found another exposed video on Slimy, that's what I call him now, from years ago, about 4. This channel made this video because they noticed and called out Slimy's excessive Kanika Jenkins content, as well as the fact that his content had absolutely no facts and just repeated what other small YouTubers and, content creators have said about that case. This guy's like a walking L, and I feel like I am lowering myself for even responding. But again, the things that he's making up are so easily disprovable that it's like, it almost feels like an injustice for me to not make this video and at least show you guys a hint, just a smidget of the bullshit hypocrisy that this creator makes. Just in case you come into contact with this creator or another creator, but I didn't want to just bash him or make fun of him or call him names, or troll him, even though everything I would be saying is true. I figured, let's just do a fun fails, right? So we're just gonna list off some of Nick's biggest fails that I've personally caught. So fail number 1 on the list is probably one of the most important ones. Nick takes the biggest L for acting like an Aaron Carter historian for the same app that he was asking random people for information about AC on. So just real quick, in our back and forth, I said that this guy has probably only known about Aaron Carter for like a month. He felt very disrespected by that comment, like I was supposed to, respect his YouTubing. Well, when I decided to go on his page to see, how long he's been talking about Aaron Carter, it started right after he died. And ironically, so did the videos. And they haven't stopped since. And now it's almost like another Kanika Jenkins. This is literally a person who not only asked Twitter that he doesn't really use to give him information for his 100% fact-based videos, but this is also the same man who then argued with these accounts that he asked information from about what they were saying. He went to the extent of not knowing who Check was, right? He shows his hand a lot because this guy will ask a question or make a statement and you can obviously tell, okay, you're missing a whole piece, like a whole chunk of information or timeline or sense at this, point. If you're gonna try to steal people's information for content, at least delete the tweet of you asking, those same people for information. I don't know, maybe it's smart. The next fail, and this one is like in a tie for biggest fail, right? He came onto Aaron Carter Twitter, guns blazing, without the simple understanding or even general knowledge of Aaron Carter or alt accounts or like second pages. Everyone who watched or paid any attention to Aaron Carter before COVID knows not only how big of a part Twitter and Twitter's truthers played in getting the facts out, but also helped in certain cases, like law cases. Now, Slimy seems to believe that anyone using a Twitter account other than their personal or one that may not have their, own face on the profile picture, that's not them and they're some scared evil demon. He's obviously never seen, a fan or stan account. He's never seen somebody just have a spam so they can, post stuff or retweet stuff without their in real life peers and friends. Or, what about this? He never thought that maybe a business account would be good, so that way when you go and you're responding to porn and porn accounts and talking very vulgar and disgusting, I mean, hell, even getting rejected by sex workers for how weird you are. That way, people don't see that as your brand's image. They, see it as yours. So they know it's you. But somehow, this man thinks that me and other people in the Carter Twitter sphere are just so afraid of showing and hiding our face, when really most of us created the alts for the fact that we were embarrassed that we were really invested and into this topic, that we didn't want people in our people in our personal lives. Who the fuck is Aaron Carter anyway? We're getting off topic. Next L number 3. The next L I'm handing to this grifter is for thinking that I'm the Twitter account Joker Pop, as well as at least 5 to 7 other accounts this man thinks that I have, right? Guys, remember I said it was adult beverage time? Because it's not gonna make sense. At this point, I feel like I'm, 3 fails in. I feel like you guys should start seeing his trend of talking out the side of his ass without, the most simple of searches. Me and Joker have been on, lives or spaces, Twitter spaces, together at the same time, and he obviously sounds like a, not old, old, but an older 30 to 40 something year old white man, and I'm obviously not that. Nor do I sound like it. Somehow, he is convinced. Next fail we got for Mr. Slimy. Slimy claims that all of his videos are 100% fact-based, and he's giving you the truth that nobody wants to talk about. And again, it doesn't take long for you to see that his research is just info from Wikipedia, and his investigation is reading / listening or watching and repeating what other people say.
Kanye West. Wow. So if I'm not wrong, the last I heard about him was Kanye West and him was not getting along because Drake used him in the song talking about how he got his petite doing backflips or whatever.
This man, any of the original thoughts that he has in his head, you can tell that they're original and that they're not good. Because this baffles me. I know a lot of religious people, and I've been around a lot of people who weren't comfortable with or even, condone living a homosexual lifestyle, which is fine. That's your preference, your opinion. I'm not sleeping with you, so it doesn't really matter much to me what you say. But I have never seen somebody so confused by a gay female. Okay, maybe a kid, but even kids be like, are you a boy or a girl? And I'd be like, what do I look like? And they'd be like, a girl. And I'd be like, I am a girl. And they go, okay. And it usually be solid. Now you have that one kid who's like, nah, you should be a boy. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should have been, but I'm a girl. And me and kids laugh it off. Me and kids are cool. Nick, this 30-something-year-old father, by the way, guys, because, sadly he did reproduce, but Nick still hasn't processed gay people in this 2023 post-Beyonce Renaissance world. It's the first time he ever saw a gay female was me, and his mind has been flabbergasted ever since. The first time someone told him that I was a girl, he was shocked, which is understandable. People tend to think I look like a little boy, which I think I do too, so it's okay. I'm not upset or anything or offended. But the offensive part came when for some reason that answer didn't compute, it wouldn't suffice, and he felt the need to keep bringing up the fact that I'm a girl, the fact that he thought I was a dude, and the fact that I use an NBA YoungBoy profile picture. The profile picture was a big thing for him, and he gets stuck on like the wrong things. Has gone as far as, I would say, not been homophobic, but he is showing his, I mean, not only lack of intelligence on the matter, but he keeps trying to make it seem like I'm using a different photo because I want to be a guy or because I'm afraid of my face. But I tried to have a conversation with him over on my personal page, and the truth that I was responding with just made him so upset that he stopped replying and then told me that's why he blocks me. You know, calling me a girl guy is not only disrespectful to like the entire alphabet gang community, but to me specifically, because I'm not trans, nor am I trying to be anything that I'm not. Like I told him, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm sorry that I'm just, more manly than you. I apologize that women might find me more attractive than you. I'm really sorry that my content might be better than yours. Like, I don't know what his issue with me is. Anytime he said it, it's like, okay, but what did you see that you didn't like? You didn't research anything. Someone linked a YouTube video of mine into like a conversation with him, and the dude didn't even like acknowledge anything other than the view count, which is really, ironic that the guy that barely cracks 500 views on average is laughing at my views. It's odd. He can't even see or understand how wrong he is. If you're not gonna talk to me, and we could be cool. You go on your happy way, I go on my happy way, we stay out of each other's way. But after all of that, I'm scrolling on YouTube, and I happen to stumble on In Slime We Trust going live. That little voice, in the back of your head that tells you not to do stuff, it told me to go in and just to see what he was talking about. Maybe I've had the wrong idea about this guy, and maybe all of the videos I decided to click on were just so shitty, but maybe this live is, something different. Who would have thought that out of the 5 to 6 accounts that were engaging in the live in the comments, 3 or 4 of those comments had my name in them? Instantly, because we had this conversation a few days ago about you not talking.
Why
You didn't
you
respond,
back
so it wasn't
again?
really a conversation. But I told you just to leave my name out of your mouth and off your little typing
I was
fingers,
about to
and we'd be cool.
ask her.
I guess the thinking part of
So
his
she
brain is
don't
where
go
like those
tell all her
chromosomes are
friends I
missing.
invited her.
Because he then, and I have the screen recording for you guys, because a day or two later, he then goes on Twitter and is hyping himself up about exposing me. He completely lies about what's not only recorded, but what only happened like seconds before he started speaking. So men lie, women lie, but screen recordings don't.
Back again. Come, I was about to ask her. So she don't go tell all her friends I invited her. She came back again and said something. And somebody blocked her before I could get her to talk.
Where she though? Nobody, I'm saying. Let her talk.
You see what she's on? She came in here cracking jokes. She's not even trying to prove anything. She ain't on crumb. He ain't bullying me. He ain't gonna get me to do nothing. He ain't gonna get me to say anything that I don't want to do or say. You just proved that you're allegedly a pathological liar. You just proved that you waited 300 seconds from a timeout to come back in here on your second account to throw another shot.
Guys, I could go on for all day. I mean, probably 2 days just listing off all of his fails and hypocrisies. I mean, the fact that he thinks that because I use a young NBA young boy profile picture that I'm hiding my face, but this man literally walks around in his house in a ski mask. Who are you afraid of in your house? Your kid? Who are you hiding from? And then you're recording yourself on the internet, so it's like defeats the purpose. But again, I'm not trying to bash or bully, just point out facts and hypocrisies. To be mindful when you're watching these YouTubers and to always do your own research. Any news or reporter or outlet, just simple old creator that's informing you about stuff that only gives you one side, like one narrative, one set of opinion, and doesn't give you the other side, is probably up to no good and is no good. The first thing you learn about writing a persuasive essay is you need to add both sides, right? Not saying that these are persuasive essays, but you take things that you learned in education and you apply them to real life. Again, I don't think that, he made it to the persuasive essay part of school, so he maybe didn't learn that. So, Slimy, this is for you. I'm, trying to help teach you and better, the world. That's what I'm here to do. You like to bash people and be confused on their gender, even though you've been told multiple times, and hopefully you take this as a learning lesson and grow from it. But if not, just keep in mind that I went very easy on you in this video. And if you continue to lie and disrespect not only my name, but my company and my brand's name, I promise I will not be as gracious. I can assure you that I will not be making a video, but anyhow. Thank you guys for watching. And also, good looks to everyone who followed the Clips channel. I have a really dope Adam 22 video coming in and my interview with Kyle Massey's mom, Angel, is dropping soon. So make sure you subscribe and have notifications on because YouTube be on that BS. And with the content that I post, the verbiage that I use, I get lowered in the algorithm anyway. And feel free to follow my socials, so you guys could see I genuinely don't bother nobody. And I just, be to myself. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video.